I'm Kate.
And I'm Libby.
And today we're going to play the pie game. So the first step is to load the hand with whipped cream. Now you put a lot on there, Libby. I will read one to you.
Okay.
Language.
All right, so there's a stereotype that Americans only speak English and they don't want to learn any other languages and they don't care about other languages. But that's not necessarily true. You'll find at Grand Valley a lot of students study other cultures and also are majors in other languages that we have here at Grand Valley.
All right.
Spin it for me.
3 turns.
All right, folks, here we are. 1, 2, 3. Ah, I didn't get a pie.
All right.
You got big.
Big. That is such a stereotype. Everything in the United States is big. We like big cars. We like big portions at restaurants. We like big spaces. The spaces is especially helpful during COVID-19 because we can have 6 feet apart. Now, obviously, we don't measure very well here between Libby and I. We have slightly less than 6 feet, but we do like big things in many ways. You will probably find that you'll have to ask for smaller portions or maybe part of your meal to go if you eat at restaurants. But I think that is a fair stereotype that Americans like big things.
It's pretty true. We love trucks. And supersized drinks, that sort of thing. Love it.
Okay, you spin it.
Ready?
Oh,
you got
5. Oh no! 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. 4, 5.
Whoa.
Oh god! Oh god, I'm so
How
nervous.
did you make it?
Sports.
Sports is a stereotype, which may be a lot of truth in that one, because we love sports. You'll see at Grand Valley we have lots of sports facilities. We have the gym, we have the football field, we got the soccer fields, the tennis courts. We've got all of the stuff, which is great for you because then you can participate in all the sports. Sports are also really important culturally. People will ask you, if you've watched a big game, or in Michigan we have U of M. Is University of Michigan, has a really big football team, a lot of supporters, and also Michigan State University. So usually they are either a fan of one or another. Alrighty.
All right, I'm gonna spin for you, Libby.
Oh, Lord.
5.
I think this is gonna be the one, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh! Good job. It's totally in your eye.
Man, I deserve that one for sports. Okay. All right, Kate, here's another one for you. You got greetings.
Greetings. Oh, so Americans are goofy with our greetings. We say, hi, how are you, as all one greeting. That's just a hello. So the answer to hi, how are you is I'm fine, thank you. And if somebody really wants to know how you are, they generally ask how you are twice. So they would say, hi, how are you? And you would say, fine, thanks. How are you? Fine, thanks. How are you? So that's a strange thing. We also, in the US, we don't typically do any greetings cheek-to-cheek kissing or even ear-to-cheek kissing. That certainly would be something that would be unusual, especially in the time of COVID-19. So pay attention to that. But yeah, I think that covers greetings. 4. 1, 2. Oh, I'm so nervous. 3, 4. Ah! Politics.
Well, politics is an especially fun one right now. But so there is this idea that Americans either are extremely political and very radical. We like to do the right and the left. But there's also this idea that Americans know nothing about politics. They don't know anything about their own or anyone else's politics.
All right, Libby, I'm spinning this and I'm hoping for a 4.
Let's see.
2. Oh, you got off easy.
1, 2. Oh.
So easy.
Tipping.
Tipping. Tipping is an important American part of our culture. So in general, you tip people who help you. So whether that's at a restaurant or at a bar, you would provide a tip to the waiter or the bartender. You also tip if somebody brings you food, like to your residence hall. So if you order pizza to be delivered, you would tip that person. You typically tip somebody who cuts your hair. Or if you're taking Uber or a Lyft, a taxi, some sort of transportation service, not the bus, but where it's more personal than a bus, you would leave a tip. Typically, tipping you would leave at a restaurant. You would leave typically a 20% tip, and then in other circumstances, it's normally more between 10 and 15%. All right, spin a 2.
Don't forget your tips. People will be mad.
4.
Again. Dun,
All
dun,
right.
dun.
Here we go. 4. 1. Oh gosh. 2. Oh god. Ah! Libby, your next stereotype: Americans are fake.
Well, let me tell you. It may seem that way, but it isn't true. Obviously, this is the truth about all stereotypes. But not everyone is fake, but you will get the greetings where you think someone wants to talk to you and they're just saying hi in passing. Also, sometimes people seem very friendly in your classes, but then when you see them at lunch, they don't want to hang out. So that can feel fake. But that is just part of American culture. We like to separate different things into different categories. So in a sense, yeah, we can be fake, but also that's just the culture here. And if you really get to know someone, they'll love you no matter what. So...
Oh, I'm spinning, and I'm spinning big.
Here we go.
2. Oh, come on.
Oh no, this is a long one. You get hardworking and lazy.
Well, these are good stereotypes, I would say. You know, there are many people who think that Americans are hardworking. We feel that time is money, and we just get to work and work. And that's our focus. We're workaholics. And then there are other people that think Americans don't work at all. We just laze around all day, watch TV, watch YouTube videos, Netflix binge. You know, it's one of those stereotypes that both ends of the spectrum are stereotypes. And I think that you're going to find students who fall in both categories, but hopefully most people will fall somewhere happily in the middle, where they're happy to work hard and then they're also happy to go to the beach or go out dancing or, you know, go have a coffee.
Dun dun dun. Ooh, 3.
All right, here we go. Ears open. 1, 2, oh god, 3. Oh, lucky one!
You made it. So
this one is a stereotype that Americans are materialistic.
well, you know, there are many people that are materialistic all over the world and also in America. So we are a capitalist society, which means we're founded on spending money and buying things. We love to buy things, shopping. We go out to the stores a lot. You'll find that some people really care a lot about different brands and things like that. But then there's also people that love to go thrifting and go find the bargains, or maybe don't shop a lot. So Americans, yeah, sometimes are materialistic, other times not so much.
I think that's a fair explanation. I so want you to get pied in the face, Libby. I so want it.
What do we
2.
2? Man, you keep spinning 2s for me. Ready? 1. Oh no.
Oh!
We go again.
Okay.
Geography.
Oh, geography. That is so tricky. So I think that you will find, as an international student here, that many, many Americans are going to have outrageous questions about where you're from and where that might be. They will never have heard of the country or the city. Definitely, you're going to spend a lot of time teaching geography in the United States. It is true that many Americans just don't know very much about geography. The United States is a big country, and we don't even know that much about our own country. Libby and I would like to just be sure to affirm with you that we will back you up. So if somebody says to you, and you're from England, and someone says, "Do you know the Queen?" we're happy to say, yes, of course, you, the student, knows the Queen. If you know, you're going to get questions about whether you have a pet camel or a pet lion. If you want to say yes, we're fine with that, but you will get a lot of questions about where you're from and weird stereotypes about your country and your culture. And part of the reason why it's important to have international students here is to help break down stereotypes and educate students and make them aware of a world that's greater than Allendale. 4! Oh! I'm so getting whipped creamed. Pie in the face.
Ready?
1, 2. I close my eyes every time. 2, 3. Ah! All right, Libby. This one is a stereotype that Americans are always like what you see in Hollywood.
Oh goodness. This is a good one to address because people see things in the movies about like frat parties and stuff that, college students always do. Everyone joins Greek life, and we do have Greek life at Grand Valley, but they won't have the crazy kind of rager parties that you see on the films. Also, you're not required to do that. It's not essential to your experience at Grand Valley, but you are welcome, and they're all different ones with different focuses or themes. Oh man! Okay, you can say it's a 3.
It's a 3.
It's on the edge.
It's on the edge of 2 or 3. It's a 3, Libby.
Okay. I also want you guys to know that this doesn't mean you can pie Kate and I in the face. This is just for fun with Kate and I. 3, 1, 2. 3!
Ah!
I don't know. I feel like I'm getting away with it. One for you. This one's great. Patriotic.
Patriotic. We do feel patriotic in the United States. You've heard people say America, right? And you're definitely going to run into people who are proud to be American. You'll see lots and lots of families will fly an American flag in their home. That's very common. There is a lot of debate right now about what does being American mean. You'll hopefully be part of some of the dialogues that happen in our community about some of the equity that needs to happen in the United States. But definitely, if you're here ever on the 4th of July or Flag Day, hopefully on Election Day, there will be lots of times when Americans will be particularly proud to be an American.
A fun fact that I learned when I was little and I'm still fascinated by with the flags is that, usually you fly the flags at the top of the pole, but sometimes if there's unfortunate situations or certain holidays or different times of year in the US, the flag will be halfway down the pole, half staff.
That is true.
Yeah, ready?
I'd be happy to pie you, though.
I know.
You want to take my turn.
Oh, it's a 3.
3. All right, here we go. 1. Oh, God. 2. Okay.
You got away with that one.
Made it. Americans are ignorant.
Well, I don't like to call anyone ignorant. I don't think that's a very nice thing to say about people. But the stereotype comes from the idea that Americans don't know anything about other countries, other cultures. They don't want to know. They're happy to live in their little bubbles. And sometimes you might meet people and you might feel like that's true, but that's also a really great opportunity to chat with them, let them see that you're a real human and you're awesome and you're fun and you're nice, and there's reasons to get to know about other worlds, other cultures, other things outside of your bubble.
Okay, I'm spinning. 5! Yes! You are getting pied in the face. I can feel it.
I feel it too. I'm scared. I'm just gonna do it fast.
3, 4, 5.
Fast food.
Fast food. Well, Americans do love our fast food, and we have exported so many of them around the world. But I venture that many of you have worked at McDonald's, eaten at McDonald's, worked at KFC, eaten at KFC. You'll get to keep doing that while you're here in the United States. It is part of the American culture. It's just how it is. We like our food fast. We like it right away.
Salty, greasy.
What's not to love?
Sweet.
Yes. You'll be able to access a lot of fast foods right on the 50 bus line. As you head downtown, it'll be quite easy to stop and eat at many of the local fast food places.
A lot of the international students fall in love with Taco Bell. Could be you too.
4. Why don't you ever roll a 2?
I don't know.
1,
Sorry.
2, 3. Oh gosh. 4.
Woo!
I win so much. All right, Libby, the next American stereotype is that Americans are friendly.
This is true. A lot of Americans will be happy to help point you in the direction of somewhere if you're lost. They're happy to help you with all different sorts of things, especially if you get to know someone a little bit. Americans are very happy to help you. We have friendship families that are organized through a local church, and you'll find that the people in that program are extremely friendly. They'll invite you over for homemade meals and out for outings with their family. So a lot of Americans are really friendly, but we kind of touched on this before too, that sometimes that feels a little bit fake coming from a different culture, because the type of friendly is different than if you're from a culture maybe where you meet somebody and you invite them home right away. So yeah, Americans are friendly. You just got to get to know them in their way.
Hoping you get pied in the face.
3. Here we go.
1.
Oh no.
Ah, yes! That's
So this last one for you is going to be guns.
Ah, this is an important one to talk about. So in the United States, one of the important parts of our U.S. Constitution is the Second Amendment, which is the right to bear arms. So Americans do have the right by law to have guns. You will see them when you're out and about. You know, you go to the grocery store and you'll see somebody carrying a weapon who's not a uniformed police officer, and that's a sort of a normal part of life. On Grand Valley's campus, however, we are a no weapons zone, so the only people on our campus who are allowed to carry weapons are uniformed police officers. If you were to see a gun that was not being carried by a uniformed officer on Grand Valley's campus, you should call 911 right away and report it. It's not allowed, and with all of the gun shootings at universities and schools in the United States, we ask that you protect yourself and help protect us, and we'll do the same to report guns or other weapons that aren't appropriate. In Michigan is a big hunting state, so in October and November, people can apply for licenses to go into the woods and kill a variety of wild animals, and they generally will use guns or bows and arrows to do that. So it could be that you would see somebody who's coming to class and then leaving after that particular class to go up to their hunting property and go hunting, and it could be that they would have a gun in their car, but that they should not. So even if you walk by a car on your way from Laker Village to the Kirchhoff Center, for example, and you saw a gun just in a car unattended, you should still report that to the police. The emergency number to call the police is 911.
Oh, 3.
Oh, am I gonna get away? Look at how melty that is. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it got me.
Your last pie. Here you go.
Libby, let's talk about religion and Americans.
So you will find that a lot of students might ask you about your religion, about your faith home. A lot of people might assume that you're Christian because Grand Valley State University is located in a predominantly Christian area. So you'll get lots of questions about that, and we'd like for you to feel prepared for the question, but also open and be honest and be respectful, as we also hope that all the Grand Valley students are respectful to you and whatever your faith is as well.
I just want you to keep churning that until you get that great big pile of whipped cream in your face.
All right, I hope you folks have enjoyed this.
Keep spinning. Keep it up. Oh my gosh, how many times? Oh, you're gonna shove it.
I tried to take it out.
With that, we'd like to thank you for watching. We hope that this has helped you to understand some of the American stereotypes that you will encounter. We know that you have stereotypes of Americans, and we think Americans likely have stereotypes about where you're from. The best way to overcome stereotypes is to create relationships that are open and honest and full of respect. And we thank you for joining us. I think we're gonna go wash our faces.
Leave me, you're hilarious.